What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer, this time between Hop Butcher for the World out of Chicago, Illinois, and Brewski out of Sweden, and this is their Ribbit. So they are calling this one a Milkshake Double IPA that is brewed with strawberry, kiwi, lime, and vanilla, and they're also hopping this one with Citra and Strata hops. Comes in at 7.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just over 3 weeks old, and I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to Jeremiah from Hop Butcher for the World for hooking me up with this one. Thank you very much, dude. I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies they sent my way. This time around, they sent 5 unique beers, and a couple of them really interest me, including this one. That's because this is my first Milkshake Double IPA or IPA from Hop Butcher. You know, I've pretty much drank mostly hop-forward stuff from them, including a Pilsner. So this one, yeah, right in my wheelhouse. And also, if this is as good as I heard their, I think it was Blazed Orange Milkshake, a friend of mine, Jerry, was talking about how amazing that beer was, then I'll be pretty happy, because he said it was one of the best beers he had in a long time, and he drinks a lot of crazy stuff, and I've heard nothing but good things about that beer. So this one, I'm hoping is kind of in that wheelhouse, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, let's crack it open, get it into a glass, see what we got going on. So a lot of flavors going on in this one, and you know, we'll see how. Oh, that's definitely looks like there's fruit in there, no doubt. Try to give it a little bit more of an aggressive pour here. See how that works out. I really like the label. You know, that it's just, you know, their can art is fantastic. Anyway, wow. I'm not gonna lie. This does not look appeasing. If you look at that beer, that looks like a super oxidized beer or something. You know what I mean? It's not, but just all the different stuff they're using in their adjuncts and whatnot. It has this like basically straight up like brown gravy type of color. It's lighter around the edges, deeper and darker in the middle, murky and turbid. Had about a half finger of this off-white head that is now dissipated to a thin film. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this does not look like a great beer. Not that looks, you know, on appearance really mean much when it comes to beer. A lot of times, you know, beers look like this and are delicious. Other times beers look fantastic and aren't as delicious. So one thing I do want to mention about this one is I don't believe they're using lactose. And the only like lactose-free milkshake IPA that I've really enjoyed and I've had numerous times before, I shouldn't say numerous, but a couple times, is from Beer Tree. Beer Tree brew company out of Port Crane, New York. I've reviewed them on the channel. Pineapple creamsicle, double pineapple creamsicle. They do a couple other within the series. Just fantastic. The fact that they can get a milkshake IPA like that sans lactose, I'm hoping for the same thing here. So let's get a nose. Oh yeah, it has that creamy vanilla just like, and I'm right now, I'm going through, I thought it was a head cold, but it could be kind of like allergies or whatever, a little bit stuffed up, but trust me, I can still smell and taste, and this smells like a basically melted down creamsicle, and I can't tell you exactly right now after the first whiff, like what kind of fruited creamsicle it is, but it's definitely vanilla. Oh yeah, and I'm getting the strawberry, hang on. Yeah, strawberry, basically a strawberry creamsicle. Wow. There's a little bit of like a hop thing going on, like an orange grapefruit type of sensation, maybe a little bit of like a slight dankness. But for the most part, this is all strawberry and vanilla. It smells amazing. It smells, like I said, a melted down strawberry creamsicle. Yeah, it just smells awesome. Am I getting the kiwi or the lime? Not really in the nose. No, not picking that up. And you know, from my experience, lime, unless you're using a crap ton of it, and same thing with kiwi, you're probably not going to get it in the nose. I'm hoping that it comes out in the taste, but in the nose, this is just strawberry creamsicle. Smells fucking awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Jeremiah. Yeah, strong. Oh, hang on. Yeah, so the lime is actually hitting mid-palate. So first off, let's talk about the body and the mouthfeel, like I typically do my reviews, you know, first thing. The body, higher side of medium body, low side of full body, this has a thickness, like a kind of a, not a huge viscosity, but it has like almost chewiness to it to some degree, probably because of the, I don't know if they're using like strawberry puree or, you know, kiwi puree and whatever the case may be, but it definitely has like a thickness to it to some degree. The mouthfeel, this is where, for me, Hop Butcher shines. The mouthfeels of their beer are so appropriate and amazing that you got to try them out. There are some other breweries that are definitely replicating what they're doing with the mouthfeels, but Hop Butcher is at the top of the list or up there with some of the like other half I feel has some of the best mouthfeels, but they usually use lactose. This is sans lactose, and this mouthfeel is fucking soft, smooth, creamy, exactly what I want from something that calls itself a Milkshake Double IPA. So yeah, body's awesome, mouthfeel's awesome. The taste, it's not as pungent and bold as it was in the nose with that strawberry creamsicle, but it's definitely there. So right up front, strawberries, creamsicle. It's like a bit of tartness you would get from the strawberry too. Could also be coming from the lime, but that's what kind of hits me up front. As it passes through the palate, that it's like a zesty lime kind of hits and kind of cuts all that sweetness, the strawberry creamsicle sweetness, and it's nice. But that's when I took that first sip, I was like, hang on, like there's something definitely mid-palate hitting me there. As it carries on through the palate, I'm starting to get like the Citra and the Strata. I couldn't tell you like to a T exactly what I'm tasting other than like citrus. There's like a little orange grapefruit, like zesty, pithy, not really sweet citrus fruit. Yeah, definitely like pithy, zesty citrus fruit. Then a bitterness kind of hits, and this has like a mild to moderate bitterness, but there's a little bit of a bitterness on the back end. There's a nice dryness. This has a residual sweetness that isn't too big. I think if you drink this one, you think it's going to be overly sweet. I don't think that's the case here. I think it does have a sweetness to it. It is a Milkshake IPA, but there's enough of like a semi-dry finish and a little bit of that mild, moderate bitterness that's kind of breaking up the monotony of the sweetness that makes it a little bit more drinkable to my palate. Yeah, super easy to drink. Wow. 7.5%, really can't tell you on the palate. There's no alcohol stringency. I'm not even getting a warm in the chest. It hides it extremely well. I would guess if I was doing this blind, like 6.5 max. Maybe not. I might say it's bigger just because these flavors are hard to produce in like a sub 7% beer. So maybe I'd guess 7.5%. I don't know. But alcohol, you don't have to really worry about anything. The only disappointing thing to me and to my palate is I'm not really getting the kiwi. And I love kiwi. And I'm just not picking up on it. Could be the strawberry and the vanilla and the lime a little bit overpowering. Kiwis to me, it's not a super pungent. It's more of a subtle fruit. So for me, I'm not really picking it up that much. Yeah, I'm not really picking it up at all, actually. But there's strawberry, there's vanilla, there is lime without question. You get the IPA portion of the show in the form of like a zesty, pithy citrus fruit. But yeah, it's really good. It's not as good as the pineapple creamsicle and the double pineapple creamsicle from Beer Tree, but those to me, like, I don't know, they were the first kind of like non-lactose milkshake IPAs that kind of just blew my mind. But this is still really tasty. I liked the body and the mouthfeel. They're fantastic. The taste, really nice. I do like the aroma a little bit more than the taste, but the taste is still really nice. I think this does a good job of giving you those strawberry creamsicle vibes or creamsicle vibes in general. I could see somebody drinking this one and be like, look, this has big vanilla, has a creamsicle vibe. I couldn't tell you exactly what fruit, but it has a fruity creamsicle vibe. But for me, I'm definitely getting the strawberry. But I could see somebody drinking this one, but also, and this is where, it kind of falls for me. I think this drinks like a beer. The first half drinks like a sweet, like, candied, like creamsicle, right? Like it's like some kind of dessert. But on the second half of the palate, that's where the beer sneaks in with that zesty, pithy grapefruit. There's even an underlying like slight herbaceousness that I'm getting as well, and it has that mild to moderate bitterness and the dryness. So first half of the palate, dreamsicle, creamsicle, whatever you want to call it. Second half of the palate, definite beer characteristics. So it's a really nice, well-made beer. I enjoy this one. Another winner from Hop Butcher. I'm going to give Ribbit from Hop Butcher and Brewski a high 4.25 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.35 out of 5. That's where this one lands for me. It's just really good. To get in the 4 or 5 range, I want to see a little bit more intensity to the flavors. But yeah, this is definitely in the 4.25 range all day, 4.35 out of 5 for this one. Now, price and availability. On my last, 5 reviews from them that Jeremiah sent my way, I kept on saying, price and availability. I don't know what the price or availability are with any of these beers because I don't live in Chicago. But Jeremiah was nice enough to basically give me the price points for most of their beers. So he said they have 3 different pricing tiers, $12.99 a 4-pack, $14.99 a 4-pack, and $17.99 a 4-pack. Now, don't know exactly where this falls. I would guess this is in the $14.99 a 4-pack range, but with all those fruits and vanilla and all that stuff, this might be $17.99 a 4-pack. So if somebody knows exactly what it is, let me know. If this is $18 a 4-pack, I'd still buy it. If this is $15 a 4-pack, the fucking greatest value ever. I shouldn't say ever, but that's a fucking great price point because I'd imagine it's closer to 18. But if it is 16, They're 15, fucking yeah, all day, every day. Availability in Chicago, you know, at the brewery, they do self-distribute to like Binny's and places like that in Chicago. So if you live in Chicago, you should be able to get your hands on Hop Butcher. And yeah, another winner from them. Really enjoyed it. So if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Damn tasty beer. What I like about it is even with the kiwi, strawberry, and lime, I'm not getting like a you know, firm tartness or anything on the palate, which I was kind of worried that with those fruits, maybe it turned in kind of like a sour IPA, but it didn't. It didn't at all, and I enjoy it. So thanks again to Jeremiah and Hop Butcher for hooking me up with this one. Thanks to everybody stopping by. Another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one, cheers.